Number 15. Which graph represents the inequality negative 2x plus 3y is greater than 12? So, got 4 choices here. And we're going to use some of our strategies to do some process of elimination. The first thing that I noticed, and this is going to be the first thing you should always check for, is that I have a greater than sign, not a greater than or equal to sign. Remember that if it says greater than, then I should see a dotted line. And if it's a greater than or equal to, like that, that's a solid line. So immediately I'm going to cross off the 2 answer choices that don't fit. So I have a greater than sign, that's an open sign. So that means it could be this one because this one's dotted, or this one because these two are dotted lines. So the line's dotted, that matches. These are solid lines, B and D are solid lines, and that means I would need a greater than or equal to sign. So cross that off, boom. Right there, we only have to deal with 2 answer choices now. So the next thing I need to do is figure out what my actual slope-intercept form is. Remember here, slope-intercept form. I need to be able to have this in y equals so I can figure out what the slope and the y-intercept are going to be. So here's my equation, negative 2x plus 3y is greater than 12. I need to get this y all by itself. So first thing I'm going to do is move my minus 2x by adding 2x to both sides. On the left side, the minus 2x and plus 2x cancels out. All I have left is the 3y. So I get 3y is greater than 12 plus 2x. Can't combine them. They're not like terms. One's a number, one's an x. So you write it like you read it. I write it like 12 plus 2x because I read it like 12 plus 2x. All right. Next step, I still need the y all by itself. So divide everything by 3. Divide u by 3, divide u by 3, divide u by 3, and I get y is greater than 12 divided by 3, 4, plus 2 divided by 3, can't reduce that anymore, leave it as a fraction, 2/3 x. Alright, so since this is my equation, actually not equation, since this is my inequality, I should be able to check what my slope and my y-intercept are based on the m and the b. So the number that is right in front of the x, the coefficient of x, that's my m, that's my slope. So in this case, my slope, which is m, is 2/3, and the number hanging out all by itself is my b, which is my y-intercept. So my y-intercept, which is my b, is positive 4. Okay, so let's go to our graph. Begin with your b, move with your m. So first go to the graph and look for the y-intercept of 4. This graph starts the inequality at 4. This graph starts the inequality at 4. So that doesn't really help us anymore. They both have a y-intercept of 4. I also need to have a graph moving at a rate of up to over 3. So let's check if they do that. This graph right here, I start at a 4. I go up 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. Yep, up to 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. So this graph also has the right slope. Let's check this one. Start here, up to 1, 2 to the right 3. 1, 2, 3. Up to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So both of these have the same y-intercept. They have the same slope. The last thing we have to check then is the shading. And notice that for this graph, the shading is above the line, and for this graph, the shading is below the line. So since I have this solved into slope-intercept form, one way I can look at this is greater than, which is what I have. Greater than means it's shaded above. So greater than means it's shaded above. If it's a less than sign, less than means it's shaded below. And that should naturally make sense to us. If something is greater, then above makes sense with greater. If something is less, below makes sense with that. So I'm asking myself, where is my shading? Is it above or below? So in this case, for A, shading is above. In this case, for C, the shading is below. I want greater than. That's where it's shaded above. So the answer choice is